I think you can see the screen now, can't you? Has the slide come up?
The slide says, "Welcome to Bloom and Grow."
Excellent. Great. I mean, the slides are kind of just, they try and keep me on track, essentially. So they don't really have anything that you really need to see, but I just find it useful to have something to keep me on track and make sure I'm not
Yeah.
forgetting what I was going to do next. So yeah, it is going to be all about resetting, and kind of moving from, one season to another, thinking about
Yes.
what we want to get out of it, and yeah, how we want to take care of ourselves. So pretty similar to the previous sessions. I'm going to start with a meditation.
Yeah.
And then I'll do a short visualization and then move into the journaling, and then
Okay.
just wrap up. So it
Okay.
should be pretty simple. I'm assuming you've got your notebook and pen as usual.
Notebook, notebook and pen, candles lit,
Perfect.
two
Oh,
Buddhas,
nice.
Rhiannon, and
Great.
I've got Rhiannon. I can't think
Everything
who
you need.
the
Need
goddess is.
any? Have you got a cup of tea or anything?
I've got a
Or
glass
some
of
water?
water.
Perfect. I've got my tea and my water,
I'm going to
just in case I get thirsty.
have a
Um,
cup of tea afterwards.
yeah. So I'm going to start with a meditation then. I thought for today I would do a breathing anchor meditation, but bringing in some sunlight and some warmth since we're moving into that season. So if you want to get yourself comfortable in whatever posture works for you, sitting, standing, lying down, whatever you feel happiest with.
I
And if you
won't
feel,
get back up very quickly if I lay
oh
down.
yeah,
Although I'm getting better.
yeah. Well, whatever works for you. I tend to find if I lie down to meditate, my cats come and lie on top of me, and then that makes it a bit awkward to get up again. But
I've got a Saint Bernard, and
Mhm.
when she see, I for the first time I did a meditation the other morning, and I'd laid down, and she just thought it was cue for playtime. So,
Oh,
having a Saint Bernard sitting on top of you, it's not good.
yeah, that would rather constrict your breathing for the meditation. But
Yes, it's certainly. Well, in
oh dear.
Druidry, there is an exercise where you put a brick on your. I don't know if you've
Um,
ever done this, where
no, I
you do
have.
it. You in total blackness. When I did it, I wore a eye eye mask, and
Hmm.
then you put into this room for the night, and you have a brick laid on top of you, just a normal brick. It's not
Yeah.
heavy, but
Okay.
after a while, by goodness, it does feel heavy, and
Hmm.
you go through that spate of panic, and then you get
Hmm.
past that, and it really takes your mind all. It, you do mind travel. I must say
Hmm.
it, and especially there's no visual cues whatsoever, and it's totally dark, and it's a very weird sensation.
Hmm. Well, maybe I'll give it a go someday. Not today. Um, yeah, so if you want to just get into a comfortable posture, find whatever position is working for you. And then if you feel comfortable with your eyes closed, you can just gently close them, or you could always gaze down at your hands in your lap if you prefer that. And just take a moment to settle in and to feel the weight of your body. Perhaps feeling your back pressing against your chair, maybe your buttocks and your thighs resting on the seat beneath you, and noticing the contact of your feet with the floor beneath you, just grounding you. Just taking a moment to feel the weight of gravity holding you, cradling your body, and just gently supporting you. Settling in Perhaps noticing your shoulders dropping and letting your body relax. And then taking a moment to tune into the sensations of breathing, noticing where you feel the movements in your body as you inhale and you exhale. Perhaps you can feel your chest rising and falling with the in breath and the out breath. Maybe you can feel your rib cage expanding and subsiding as you breathe in and breathe out. Just noticing the rhythm of your breath. Maybe you can feel your belly rising and falling, expanding and subsiding with each breath. Perhaps you can even feel the sensations of breathing in your back, feeling the sensation of your back gently pressing against the chair with the in breath, and perhaps pulling away a little with the out breath. Perhaps you can feel the air passing through your nostrils, down into your throat. You might notice the temperature of the air, whether it's warm or cool. Maybe you can notice your shoulders rising and falling with the breath. Just tuning in to your inhale and your exhale, noticing the movement in the front and the sides and the back of the body. Just noticing the rhythm of your inhale and your exhale. Focusing for a moment on the in breath, noticing where you feel it most strongly. And then focusing on the exhale, noticing where you feel the sensations most strongly in your body as you breathe out. And then noticing your whole breath, following it as it passes into your body and passes out of your body. Noticing the movement and any sensations. Noticing the rhythm of your breath. And then I invite you to picture the sun. Perhaps it's a bright yellow sun high in the sky, or maybe it's more of a red sun low on the horizon at sunrise or sunset. But just imagining the warm light of the sunshine, focusing your attention on this sunlight, feeling its heat bathing your body, warming your skin. And I invite you to imagine that this sun is in your heart space and that its light is radiating throughout your body from the inside with every breath. As you breathe in and as you breathe out, the sunlight is saturating your body along with your breath, filling you with warmth and comfort and energy, filling you with the spring light, the sunshine of the spring morning and afternoon and sunset. Just picturing the warm light spreading throughout your body, radiating from your heart space with every breath that you take, saturating you in warmth and sunshine and comfort, bright spring sunlight just washing over you as you inhale and you exhale, reaching all the way to your fingertips and your toes and the crown of your head, just washing the warm, glowing sunlight throughout your body, inside and out, with every inhale and every exhale. Just taking a moment to savor the heat and the light and the warmth spreading throughout your body. Then I invite you to tune in again to the movements in your body as you're breathing, and to notice the weight of your body sitting in the chair, being gently held and cradled by gravity and by the surface beneath you that's supporting your body. Noticing the contact of your feet with the ground below you, grounding you. Noticing the contact of your buttocks and your thighs with the chair beneath you, and the contact of your back pressing against the chair. Noticing your shoulders, taking your attention to your head, and then slowly tuning into the space around you. Noticing any sounds that you can hear, perhaps the temperature of the air around you. If you've got your eyes closed, perhaps you can notice the light on your eyelids. Maybe you can notice some smells around you as well. And when you feel ready, if you have your eyes closed, you can gently blink them open and slowly come back to the room, into the space around you. And just take a moment, just come back and get comfortable again. Maybe have a bit of a stretch if you need it. Or you might want to change position a little bit. uh, Maybe roll your shoulders and get comfortable again. Thank you for joining that. And my cat did come to join in
Oh,
the end, in the middle after all. Um,
oh.
Even if I'm sitting down, it seems she likes to join the meditation sometimes.
I was just getting my water just before this,
Mhm.
and I can't, as I say, I can't show it because of it. I can't cross the two over. But for the past few weeks, I've had a fox, only
Oh,
a young one, and she's jumping up onto the windowsill, looking into the kitchen,
oh.
and which was quite funny because I could see the ears poking up, and I went to get my phone to take a picture. And
Hmm.
Matilda, which is the St. Bernard, she clocked the fox. And so I
Oh,
went running up, and Matilda stood there on her back legs looking up. The fox
oh,
was not phased whatsoever. It would have made such a lovely picture, the pair of them looking at each other.
oh. Yeah, I'm not sure if my cat has ever seen a fox actually. There are a lot of them in London and they are not afraid
Yes,
of people.
no, no, not at all. But this one's been coming a few times, and I've always loved foxes.
Mm.
But from being a teenager when I was a hunt saboteur, I've just loved foxes all the time. But it's only
They're so
it,
beautiful.
they are, and this one's beaut, and she is really lovely. As I say, she must be only a year old. But she's so inquisitive. I did say to her, if she's looking for food, good luck, because I've got
Oh,
nothing at all to
oh.
eat. Although there is some cat food, I carry in my I have a bag of dog treats and cat treats and
Mhm.
things, so I'll give it some cat food after we've
Oh.
done
Yeah, the
lesson.
poor ones in London are mostly eating the rubbish.
Yes, yeah.
Oh well, they look mostly healthy, so I guess they're doing okay. Yeah. And there are plenty of parks as well, so I imagine they get plenty of mice and things too to
I
keep.
I suspect in London they probably won't touch that
Hmm.
animal food. They'll be eating the scraps from, especially with
Yeah.
uh, the restaurants, cafes,
Mhm.
etc. They
Yeah,
as
there's plenty for them to pick through,
mm,
definitely.
mm.
Yep. Okay. Well, thank you for joining the meditation. I'm going to do a really short visualization, just to lead into the journaling. And I guess just as a bit of a transition from the meditation, to the journaling. Um, so it's basically going to just be picturing ourselves as a spring flower. So maybe a buttercup or a dandelion. I don't think a sunflower is really a spring flower, I guess, but if you like sunflowers, you could choose that as well. Crocus, anything really. Um,
Mine would be snowdrop or
oh
bluebell.
yeah. Oh yeah, I do like a bluebell.
Yes.
Definitely. I haven't seen any yet, but yeah.
They're out up here, and
Oh.
odd ones.
Hmm.
They're harebells, aren't they? If they're on their own, and and bluebells if they're in groups, aren't they? That's the
Oh, I
way.
didn't know that. Oh.
Um, but for me, it's Brigid's flower, and that spring. That to me
Hmm.
is the spring flower. It's that.
Okay.
It's the snowdrop. It's
Nice.
instantly. But that's late winter, isn't it? Late winter, early spring.
I mean, it's all changing seasons, so it doesn't
Yes.
matter. You could choose any that you like.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to just take a moment to get comfortable and close your eyes and just picture yourself as this flower that you've chosen. I think I'm going to choose a buttercup.
Mm.
And just take a moment to imagine your roots that are keeping you in contact with the ground, creating that strong foundation and making you part of the community of the flowers around you with that interconnection. And then just take a moment to picture your stalk and the strength of this stalk that's reaching up to the sky, shooting out of the ground with the spring arrival and the change in the weather. This strong stalk reaching for the sky, reaching for the sunshine, and growing every day. And then take a moment to focus on your petals and your flower that's also reaching for the sunlight, absorbing the warm glow, the light, the warmth of the sun every day as the spring grows and comes stronger. And take a moment, just picture every petal on your flower. And with each of those petals, you can take a moment to think of something that you're grateful for or something that makes you happy. Just thinking of those petals one by one and the different things that bring light to your life this spring. And just take a moment to feel the spring breeze blowing through your petals, rustling the leaves on your stalk, but you have the strong roots as your foundation holding you in place, and the warm sunshine shining down on you, and all the flowers around you. And then you can just open your eyes whenever you're ready. So that was just a very, very short visualization.
It's lovely. It's
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah, I thought that
I,
would just lead us into journaling a little bit to go from meditating to writing.
I went to a Qigong group this morning I belong to, and the poetry prompt this morning was about texture. And
Ooh.
I that was the prompt. In theory, it's supposed to have pink related to it, but pink never got into my today's poem. It was just purely on texture. But
Hmm.
I I wrote about the texture of um, basically the trees and the
Mm.
well, first of all, the grounding of the grass, standing in the
Hmm.
grass, and then moving on to the trees with my back against the bar. And went to man, so I wrote that in writer's hour to the Qigong. And afterwards, I went to the teacher and I said, "Have you been reading my poetry journal?" Because she did a visualization as we were starting on being the tree with its roots grounding. And
Hmm.
I was writing about the grief coming out of me just
Hmm.
and being replaced by the nifri. And
Hmm.
it was just so coincidental. But
Yeah.
if you just that would have been it. If you'd have done the visualization of a tree, that would have been it for today.
I think I did a tree last time actually, if I'm remembering correctly, but it might have been the time before. I do like tree ones as well.
Yes.
And I do love the texture of trees. That's a great prompt to have.
Well, I ended up with the texture of the nifri. Uh,
Hmm.
I mean, you know what nifri is. and forgive me.
No.
Right, sorry, Nifri is the life force.
Oh,
So
okay.
in Qigong, it would be Qi. If in yoga, it'd be prana. But for
Hmm.
druids, it's
Hmm.
the life force in everything is that
Hmm.
that's permanent, that gives everything around it
Hmm.
a life of its own. And
Yeah.
as druids, that's what you're seeking.
Oh, okay.
What I was so when you're in, like in a visualization, you're trying to visualize that life force entering into you. So you're
Hmm.
sucking it up from the roots when you're doing that visualization.
Ah,
So,
okay.
so as druids, that's the reason why you'll see most barefoot standing
Hmm.
on the ground, because then you've got nothing, there's no
Hmm.
barrier there for that force to enter into you.
Hmm.
Uh,
Oh, great.
so that's where
Perfect.
I went from on that. Sorry.
Okay. That's all right. I'm going to move on to the journaling then.
Okay.
So I'll just give a series of prompts, and give maybe like 2 or 3 minutes for each one, see how we're going.
Yep.
Um, and I'm going to join in too. So the first one is about thinking about what you valued about winter. So is there anything that you valued about winter? And just spend a couple of minutes on that. Okay, so if you want to finish the sentence that you're on,
Yeah.
great. Then the next one is how do you feel about the changing season? So, how do you feel about the changing season? And you want to start coming to the end of that sentence too.
Okay.
Then the next one is what do you want to take forward from winter to spring? So, what do you want to take forward from winter to spring? And if you want to finish up that sentence, okay, then the next prompt is what do you want to leave behind? What do you want to leave behind? And if you want to finish up the sentence that you're on,
Yes.
Okay, so the next prompt is, what would you like to be different this season? What would you like to be different this season? If you want to finish up the sentence that you're on. Okay, so the next prompt is, what would a satisfying spring look like to you? What would a satisfying spring look like? Okay, if you want to finish up the sentence you're on.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the next question. So, what do you need or want this season? What do you need or want this season? If you want to come to the end of the sentence that you're on. Okay, and then the final prompt. So this one is just a sentence to complete. So this spring, I will give myself the gift of dot 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 dot. So this spring, I will give myself the gift of. Hey, if you want to come to the end of the sentence that you're on. So that wraps up the journaling for today, which is the last bit of
Mm.
today's session. Um, all I'll do now is just show you the dates of the upcoming sessions in case you want to know when those are.